Well, we've just arrived back at BBC Radio Norfolk headquarters after a trip to the walks, and what a way to start the footballing week here on BBC Radio Norfolk. Kings Lynn Town have made the biggest signing in their history. That's what the club chairman Stephen Cleeve said. Grant Holt, Simon Lappin. I think for any Norwich City supporter, Rob, it's terrific to see the boys teaming up again. It's almost like they're getting the band back together, isn't it?
It's brilliant, you know, and we've just been to speak to them. You're going to see the video of our chat with them in just a moment. I think all Norwich fans are going to have a new second team. Lots of Norwich fans would, of course, be Linnets fans as well, and they'll go and watch them every week when Norwich aren't playing. But I think it's going to add hopefully a few zeros onto the attendance, and I think it's really exciting. We spoke to Holty and Lappin, didn't we? We'll play it in a minute, but they're really chuffed to be there. You know, it's a huge statement of intent for Kings Lynn Town, and well, they want league football there, don't they?
They do eventually, yeah. I think whenever you see players who have played at the very top level drop into non-league, you always wonder about the motivation and are they there, just to sort of go along for the ride. But I think you'll get from Simon Lappin and Grant Holt that we know them well. We've commentated with them. We've worked with them on BBC Radio Norfolk. They're in this for serious reasons. And I think a big pull is Ian Culverhouse. And he did a great job with Norwich City as a player and as Paul Lambert's assistant. And I think ever since he's been at Kings Lynn Town, there's been a little bit of a buzz about the place, a little bit of a feeling that with the wind in the right direction and a few signings, Kings Lynn Town Football Club could go places. Nothing's guaranteed, but these are exciting times in West Norfolk.
Shall we play the video then? Here we go. Strap yourselves in. Chris spoke to Simon Lappin and Grant Holt as well. We'll play it for you now. He's strapping himself in. And as Stephen Cleeve, the chairman of Kings Lynn Town, said, this is the biggest signing in the Kings Lynn Town history. Roll the VT.
Well, here we are, the two biggest signings in Kings Lynn's history, who have just been told by the chairman, Grant Holt and Simon Lappin. No pressure from what the chairman has said, but it's great, isn't it? And there's a real excitement about the place. Grant, starting with you, tell me why this is the right move for you now.
I just think it is. I think the next chapter of what I want to do and what I want to achieve, and I looked at options that came in and deals that we're trying to do, and predominantly it was a lot of still play, still travel and this, that and the other, and there was no coaching involved in that. And then I got the opportunity to come here, spoke to Cully. He wants to get me opportunities to be in the coaching, but predominantly still playing. And I just think I wasn't ready to hang up the boots yet and pack it in. I think anyone who's seen us even playing charity games over the summer can realise that I'm still desperate to play and still desperate to achieve stuff. So as soon as I knew the opportunity was to play here and do the coaching in the other side, I wanted a bit of time off. For 18 years I've been doing pre-seasons, I've been doing everything, so I wanted to really sit back and think about what I wanted to do as a person and what I wanted to do with the family, and that's probably why it's took a little bit longer than it actually we thought it was going to be. I wanted to sit back and see absolutely every offer that came in and evaluate then. I nearly done it nearly 6-7 weeks ago, start pre-season with him. I just had a chat with him politely and said, look, I just need to sit back and relax. But for me, it gives me a fantastic opportunity to, one, still play football, to try and achieve something and get the club promoted, two, work with an excellent coach, manager, and learn, and three, be back in with a group of lads and be able to take sessions and do coaching and build up what I want to do in the next chapter, in the next 2 or 3 years.
You've both settled in Norfolk, Simon, yourself and Grant, so that, of course, geographically this works for you, but what about the pull of Ian Culverhouse as well, somebody you've had a lot of success with before?
Yeah, and I've seen you guys before. I think I speak for both of us, actually, the biggest pull to come here to work with somebody I've had great success with in the past. Geographically, you're going back to that as well. It's obviously a family decision. It's a great opportunity to come here and learn still at the coaching side of it, but first and foremost we're both here to play, but to learn from Ian will be absolutely incredible, working with them on that side of the game. When you're there as a player before you just do the session that's put on.
What were you saying about the family?
Here he is, here's one of them saying hello. So no, as I say, it's a great opportunity. It's the right time of our career. My career's sorry to come along and do that, but I can't wait to get started and to get back playing regular and hopefully at this point, as we say, to actually enjoy the football. At times you play some games and it's grand to say, travelling the length and the breadth of the country, you think, God, it's so much work at times, but I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully we can come here, add something to the dressing room and play with a smile on our faces.
for the Kings Lynn fans, it would be unfair to ask you about yourself as a player. So tell us about Grant Holt. What do you think he can still bring to this squad?
How long have you go? Well, I don't think he needs any real introductions, Chris. And you know what he'll bring to this team is leadership to start with. It was like that when I played with him at the club. I don't want to give him too big a head here, but you know, it was the one that everybody looked to on a Saturday. He led from the front in terms of attacking and defending, vocal in the dressing room, on the pitch, a winner, and his goal record. I don't want to go down that road. Everybody knows what, and he's done it everywhere he's been. So, like I say, he'll go into that dressing room and he'll be the exact same, I would imagine. And hopefully he can produce on the park as well whenever we got up to match speed.
Got to ask the question the other way around now, Grant. What's he going to bring to the club?
No, he's exactly what he said about me. He's exactly what he is. He's a winner. No matter if it's a run on the training ground, or you're playing a five-a-side or a keep ball, and then he just takes exactly the same ethos all the way into a match. And that's what you get with him. You get someone who works extremely hard, probably harder than anyone I've ever seen work, in terms of what he does off the field as well. When they talk about true professionals, I think that's what you get with Simon Lappin. That's what he is. And he'll bring an awful lot. His experience as well. He's very similar to himself. He's been at the lower levels, he's risen up to the higher levels, and he's dropped back down. And we've both had knocks and injuries and this, that and the other, but that's part and parcel of football. The one thing I think a lot of people might look at it and think this is the easy option, but it's not. The one thing we're not going to do is come in here. If people in the dressing room think they're going to be in for a free ride, and fans just and other opposition team think we're just coming here because it's Kings Lynn and we're just going to come for it. That's not the case. We've had a good chat about this for nearly 4 weeks between ourselves and talked back and forwards about what our thought process was on it, and we both agreed the same sentiment, that we're coming in here to achieve stuff. We're coming in here to get promotion. We're coming to work hard, and I don't think anyone will come and see us. Maybe not tomorrow night or the weekend. I think it's going to take a little while to get full up to speed and running. And that's me speaking myself, not for you, Laps. But I think it's going to be that sentiment. But I think once people come back in, they'll realise that we're not just here just going to turn up and do nothing. We're here to achieve stuff. We're here to play. And it doesn't matter if I'm 36 or I was 18. I still want to do exactly the same. I want my name on the team sheet every single week, and I want to finish 90 minutes every single week, and that's what I'll be looking to do.
Good luck to both of you. Hope it goes well.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.